Here are some recent sales I made this month selling nothing but low-end sports cards. Now the question I have for you is, what do all of these sales have in common? All of these sales were bulk sales in which an individual buyer bought multiple cards in a single order. Now, a majority of these cards were sold for anywhere between $1 to $5 a card. And one of the questions that is often asked of me is, how do you make a profit off of selling cards for so low and at the same time offer free shipping? Well, the answer lies in these types of transactions right here, and it's all about selling in volume. And as you can see here, this order of 10 cards sold for $31. This order of 7 cards sold for $24. I sold this order of 16 cards for $42. And this order of 22 cards sold for $61. And on top of that, not too long ago, I just sold these 30 cards for $35. Now, even though this all looks good, it really didn't start out this way for me. You see, when I started my journey selling low-end sports cards, I roughly made about 1 to 2 card sales a day, and there were even some days in which I made 0. But I kept being consistent with my listing goals, listing cards every day, allowing my store to grow more organically, focusing on things like providing the best customer service that I can, shipping out cards quickly, and offering competitive prices in order to allow my store to grow. And as your store grows, you have more opportunity to make these types of transactions. It was a slow build getting to this point for me. But then again, this is just me doing this part-time. Now, whether you sell 10 cards in one transaction or 10 cards in a day, volume is volume. The bottom line is to sell as many cards as possible. And for those who have been selling low-end sports cards for a very long time, the one thing you'll notice is that their stores are huge. And because of that, it gives them more opportunity to be able to make sales like this. Now, the way that I've gone about it was through a slow building process, learning as I go, finding out what works for me and what doesn't, finding that balance of what types of cards sell quickly and what types of cards take time to sell, because I believe that having that balance is very important. Now, do I want to sell every single card that I have? Yeah, I do. But that's not the reality of selling low-end sports cards. Now I'm heading into my second year in this low-end card selling business. And as it currently stands, I have roughly about 1,300 cards in my store. But I'm making sales every day now. But it wasn't easy getting to this point. And if you're curious as to how I got here, then you can check out this video right here in which I talk about my process on how I grew my eBay store.